Hi everyone. Um, Today I thought I'll just share something with you. As recently, I've met quite a few friends recently, and all of them said how amazed they are how I'm keeping it all together. And I've realized, yes, I am. I am keeping my shit together. Um, I'm not sure if it's necessarily something to be proud of. I mean, on some level, yes. Despite the circumstances, I'm staying reasonably level-headed. I don't have anxiety attacks or panic attacks. I haven't fell into depression. I have ups and downs, but overall, on mental health kind of level, I am doing all right. However, I'm thanks to my training as a therapist and thanks to some friends, well, especially one specific one who is also my teacher and used to be my therapist, I am aware that this is temporary state of being. This is survival mode. Right now, I have no other option. I have to keep my shit together. Yes, I can cry every so often and release some emotions. I can't break down. I can't afford that. My baby can't afford that. I need to keep my adrenaline and cortisol levels down because I don't want to cause stress to my baby. But I also just need to stay calm and level-headed so I can deal with whatever's coming my way, no matter how challenging it might be. So although, I don't know when I'm gonna be at Christmas, I don't know what's gonna happen, where I will have place to stay, what kind of place I will have to stay in, how I will manage with moving everything, either really heavily pregnant, just about to drop, or with a newborn in January when it's likely to be cold and rainy and horrible. And most mums, want to stay in for the first 6 weeks and don't take a step outside the house. I might need to do house hunting and moving and, going to appointments and stuff and all that with a baby because it's just me. So all of this is obviously on my mind, but for some amazing reason, I am maintaining this kind of calmness that keeps things in perspective and that gives me also kind of like a confidence of whatever happens, I'll deal with it. I'll be okay. I've dealt with a lot of shit already. I'll be able to deal with it. I have enough support. I'm not completely isolated. I don't have any millionaire friends to just rain money on me, but and I don't have any family here. But I have enough with my own resources as well to somehow make it. And obviously, I'm continuing to do everything I can to make sure I can make it. However, I'm also very aware that this state of calmness comes from denial. At this point, this denial tool is healthy. It's necessary because if I allowed myself to feel everything that normally would come with this kind of situation, it would be too much. It wouldn't be healthy for the baby, and it could affect my thinking processes and my ability to deal with things as they come. I can't just retreat to a cave and cry myself to sleep for weeks and weeks on end. I can't go through this natural depression or anxiety period that would normally happen, if in a situation like my mind. I've been abandoned by the father of my child. I've been left alone with all this. So naturally, the emotion that's come from that, the dealing with the abandonment, with the rejection, not just me, but mainly actually my baby, that's, I think, that bothers me even more. I know that I haven't completely dealt with those emotions, that I've pushed them down, and that I've built a wall, like a level of suppression, denial, to allow myself enough strength to survive this. But also from experience, I know that once I'm more or less settled, when I have an accommodation, when I have enough to provide for myself and a baby, the survival mode will be switched off. And that's when the time will come of all these feelings will raise their hand, hello, I want to be dealt with now. And I think that's where I had gone wrong, not wrong, but that's where things became difficult in the past for me, when I went through survival mode, and then when things started to settle, I went into deep depression and I didn't know what was happening, so I got stuck. I feel that at least this time I am prepared. So I know that should that happen, should that time come, and it probably will, and those emotions will raise their hand and say, hello, I need to be dealt with, I'll be ready. And I will be able to put things in place to deal with them in a way that will not interfere with my life too much. I am no longer afraid of getting long-term depressed or having high level of anxieties. I feel that now, thanks to all the therapy I've had and the training as a therapist I've had, and all the work with my clients, I feel that has prepared me for that time, as well as obviously mindfulness practice and all that, and the support network I have amongst my friends who are on the same level with me when it comes to awareness and understanding of how the human psyche works. I feel that when the time comes to deal with all these deep emotions, I'll be able to. It's not gonna be easy. I know it's gonna be painful, and there's a lot of pain I haven't processed. But when the time comes, I'll be ready for it. But I also trust the strength of my survival self, knowing that the time will not come unless I'm ready. And I think the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I know there's so many of you in the same position or similar position where you just can't afford to feel your pain. You just can't afford to dig deep right now because it requires space and time that you just do not have. And I just want you to be prepared that when things settle, when you feel, oh, finally, I can breathe and I can be happy now and I can be joyful now, you might not be. The pain might come through, and it might feel hard, and the defensive mechanisms of trying to suppress things might kick in. I would strongly encourage you not to suppress those feelings at the time. If you have that space and time to deal with those feelings, do it. It's the kind of sharp and short, as opposed to long, slightly duller pain that can take forever and ever. While if you can just deal with it in a day or two and then it's done, I think it's much better. It will hurt like hell, but you will survive it, you'll be fine with it, and you'll be stronger for it, and you'll be lighter, and then you can enjoy that, sunshine and flowers and the joyfulness of what comes with that peace and stability that you had worked so hard for. So, when you feel like, you should be at a point of your life and you should feel happy and everything's sorted, and suddenly you feel depressed, my advice is don't get stuck in that. Don't start believing that somehow something's wrong with you, or that you have some terrible issues. It's literally just pain that has not been felt, and that needs a little bit of attention. And if you don't feel like you can do it alone, find a therapist. Give me a call. Unless it's during the first 6 weeks of postnatal period, I'm very happy to help. But any good therapist, local or otherwise, that can just help to guide you through the process. Not that it can speed up the process, but just make it feel a little safer and lighter than if you try to do it on your own. But just know that it's nothing wrong with you. You doing just fine. This is normal. This is part of being human, and it's just all about being aware of what's going on for you and the origin of things. And that's where raising awareness of yourself, knowing yourself and how you work, I think is so important, because it gives you that strength, those resources to get through whatever you need to get through. And I can tell you that a few years ago, this situation would break me. I would be so scared and so anxious and so depressed. I don't know if I'll be able to keep the baby. I don't know if I'll be able to stay alive, to be honest. But thankfully, I have come a long way. Because of all those challenges that I have encountered in the past, I am now in a better, safer place. And it's just now about not being naive, thinking that I'm somehow immune to pain or depression, but just knowing that when it comes, I can handle it. But yeah, for now, I'm keeping my shit together because I have no choice. This baby is the most important thing in my life, and it will remain so for the rest of my life. And part of it, of course, is looking after myself, because my well-being influences baby's well-being. So that's what I'll do. I'll do everything it takes to keep my baby safe and well, and allow him to grow into a good human being. What else I can wish for? Alright, I hope you find this helpful. If you have any questions or want to share your stories, please do. It'd be lovely to hear from you.